What's good, y'all? It is DJ TMac checking in with you. Just want to say thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. Connect with your boy. Summertime is over. It's time to get back to work. Going to be doing more interviews. Going to be making music. A lot more things coming down the pipe. So stay connected with me. I also have links below so you can connect with O Finess, 7 News and Entertainment, and purchase Prodigal Son, which is out right now on Bandcamp. Go purchase that. Tell them DJ T-Mac sent you. I'm also going to be dropping a mix very soon. So stay on the lookout. It's going to be featuring O Finess and Mussolini. No Squares 1.5. Who knows? Stay on the lookout. And I also want you to comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this conversation, O Finess's music, and who you want me to interview next. Once again, enjoy the conversation and let me know. What is good, y'all? DJ T-Mac back here with another great hip-hop conversation. Flavor in Your Ear Radio. This is a return guest, the first return guest. And it's a great time for it because he just released his latest album, latest project called Prodigal Son. And it's a banger. It's about 14 or so tracks. There's a lot going on in there, a lot to talk about. It's a great conceptual album. He's been putting out a few singles. He's been all over the place. He's been working a lot, and we are here to talk with him again. O Finess, thank you for joining me this evening.
Yo, man, thank you for having me, DJ T-Mac. Thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely. Like I said, you've been busy since we last spoke in March. I believe it was right after No Squares in My Circle came out. And since then, you've been putting out a few singles. You have a collaborative project with your boy, Tony T. You've been doing a lot, working on No Squares in My Circle too. How has it been since the last conversation?
Oh man, it's been great, man. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I can't lie. It's been a lot of work. We've been working, we've been pushing it, you know what I'm saying? But through it all, it's been great, man. The journey's been great, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to stay busy, trying to stay focused, but most importantly, trying to stay creative. Not just trying to make music, trying to make creative and make good music. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to do right now.
Staying creative. I like that. I like that very much. And speaking of creative and great things, let's just hop into talking about the Prodigal Son album. So it's been less than a week that it's been out. What has the response been like so far?
Oh man, it's been like it's been good. It's been a good response. I can't front. It's been a good response. We're still pushing it on the Bandcamp. So I didn't want to get caught up into the numbers part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, how many we selling or anything. Hold fast. Hey, can you turn that down, please? Thank you. But I didn't want to get caught up in the numbers part of it. I wanted to stay focused on just putting the art out and hearing the response from people that really mess with my music. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if we go that route, I mean, it's been doing good, bro. I've been getting a lot of great feedback. A lot of good people been reaching out. And I mean, I put my heart into it, man. I try to put my heart into that project for sure.
Absolutely, man. I can hear it. So this is a collaborative project between you and Klepto Beats. All the instrumentals are by him and all hard-hitting beats, a lot of great like soulful samples in there, a lot of cool flips, cool loops that he found. And you do a lot of great storytelling, painting vivid pictures and scenes really throughout the whole project. Tons of music references in there. I heard you talk about the SOS band, listening to the best of SOS. Like, man, that's what I be getting down to when I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's just that good music and where some inspiration comes from, I guess, right?
Yeah, man, it definitely comes from just growing up. You know what I mean? My mother, you know what I mean? My mother just had crates and crates of records when I was growing up, and she was, she's very responsible for me having my range of music, IQ, and SOS band, Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam, you know what I mean? Like a lot of those great artists back in the day, man. That's what I listen to today too, still to this day. You know, I like to listen to hip hop, but I really don't, that's not my number one thing to go to. My number one thing to go to is more 70s, 80s R&B, you know what I'm saying? And that's my lane right there. So, and then shout out to Klepto, man. Klepto's he's He's a genius. He reached out to me. We talked about it. We've been working on Prodigal Son for a little over a year now. It just started with an idea. He produced the beat for us. He actually produced Blood Diamonds that was on Moose's album, The Return of the Oro. And he heard my verse on there. And he reached out to me and we spoke. And he was like, yo, man, I would love to do a project with you. And we kind of talked, and he started sending beats through, man, and we just started putting it together, man. We just started making it happen.
That's awesome. I was going to ask you kind of how you guys connected. I knew that you had that Blood Diamond song with Moose that he produced. So interesting to hear that little backstory there. Do you remember what was maybe the first song or the first few songs that sort of kickstarted the project you recorded?
The first song was Ernie Shavers. We did Ernie Shavers, and we had to actually release Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers been out for a while. Like, people didn't even know that.
I saw it. I went back.
Yeah, Ernie Shavers. Yeah, it was out for a while, but I would say it was Ernie Shavers. And then we kind of dove into it, man. After Ernie Shavers, I would say I started working. I kind of went down the list the way it's kind of laid out, but I did Prodigal Son, which is probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Dutta Man featuring Eddie James. The Wide Path. And then we kind of just start putting it together as I was getting beats. I was writing because I had ideas of how I wanted to go with the album. The album had meaning to me. But as I was getting beats, I was writing, and I was just kind of tucking them away. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it laid out. But Ernie Shavers was definitely the first song we did together, and we put that out. And it was kind of, a lot of people didn't even know that we put that out, but we put it out, you know what I'm saying? So it was on Pack of the Plugs page, but that was a while ago. Yeah. So
snuck it by him, man. Snuck it by him. But yo, I didn't know who Ernie Shavers was. Hold up. Big shout out to you doing that listening event last week that you did on Instagram Live. That was just cool as fuck. Number one, to get like a little sneak peek of it. Number two, get some background and insight into it. And, it just made me kind of want more. And I have tons of questions to ask you about it right now.
Yeah, definitely. Let's build.
So that Prodigal Son, man, that first track that comes after the sermon at the beginning,
right.
That just feels good, man. That almost feels like an album closer, even like just
right.
The feeling of it. It was just like a positive, good vibration.
Here I go. Check it. Woo. Yo, I took my inheritance silly, just trying to have bitches like Mr. Furley. I'm in the mink fur with expensive jewelry. I gave my Louis a 20 for a hung jury. I'm having libations with Satan, the lawless waiting. Hold up. Let the kingdom of gold pavement. I felt complacent. Now I'm on city tours, nigga, sending whores. On Mediterranean shores where they cast out boars. Lost the knowledge of myself and started living a savage life. Voodoo queens doing black magic in the night. Couldn't get my passes right. I was entrenched in the fast life.
I don't really hear many, or if any, females singing hooks for you, or really anybody else doing like hooks on your track. So that was something different that I heard, and I really liked the feel of that.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Get into it. How did that come about?
I had this song. I wrote that song, and that song, if people read the Bible, that's where the prodigal son comes back. There's a story behind the prodigal son, but the prodigal son was basically a person. He was a prince, and he was in a kingdom, and he left. He wanted to leave the kingdom to go out into the free world to experience the free world, but he had everything he wanted. That's why I said I left the kingdom with gold pavement. I felt complacent, you know what I'm saying? But I was just speaking about, going into the world, you know what I'm saying? And then basically falling on your ass, and then having to return back home to your father, and your father still accepting you with open arms. So it's just more of a parable about the prodigal son, and how sometimes in life we can leave, the things that we have, we can leave our foundation, the things that mean the most to us, and we can go out into the world, and we can, we could fuck off our riches, we could fuck off our treasures, and then we have to return back and humble ourselves to get that acceptance from what we already had. So I had wrote the song, but when I wrote the song, we was speaking and we was listening to the song, me and my camp, and we was like, yo, man, we gotta have we got to have a female on here. We need a hook. We need something that, you know what I mean? I reached out to a few people, and then shout out to Gloomy Sunday. Gloomy Sunday had told me about Alana, and then me and her went to the studio, man, and the girl's a beast, bro. And she just did her thing. I told her just to do what she do. You know, I played the song for her. She wrote her own hook. That was her writing. She did her own thing, and she sung it. And I mean, man, it came out the way it came out, man. And I was very proud of it.
Yeah, it sounds amazing, man. She was flowing on that. Like it just adds a great different element to it that I'm not used to hearing in your music. So props to that. You hit him with a good one to start the album off for sure.
Thank you.
Let's talk about something I kind of talked about in a video yesterday, where I was kind of talking about your album, Drake's new album. There's a lot of differences between them, how you released them. That your fans, they need to go to Bandcamp to purchase this album, as opposed to just being able to pull it up real quick, easy on Spotify. We saw the video of Problem talking about, how he doesn't like that people that don't pay for his music are able to just criticize it and rip it down without even really being connected to it. So talk about your idea of releasing this on a Tuesday, and kind of why you're releasing it on Bandcamp, which we kind of spoke about in our first interview. You talked about releasing music really only for the people who are true fans of yours, and you got to go somewhere else to get it. So you were leaving hints about all this stuff, and here it all is. So talk about your ideas behind this.
Okay, so I mean, releasing on a Tuesday with me is just, that's how I came up. I came up in the golden era. That's Tuesday was the day, we would get out of school. We was in high school, we get out of school, and those tapes was dropping, the Illmatics, the Biggies, the Shaheem, the Rugged Childs, the Wu-Tangs. They was dropping on Tuesday, so that was the thing we would do. So I just wanted to kind of keep, I want to pay homage to the golden era, and I kind of want to keep that going. If it ain't broke, why fix it? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather drop it on Tuesday. So throughout the week, you got some great music to listen to, because, honestly, on the weekends, man, people doing their thing. You know what I mean? People is with their families, or they going out, or they kind of, you know what I mean? But, when you're a big artist like Drake and Kanye, I mean, you could do that. You know what I'm saying? They could honestly do what they want to. Independent artists, I think that we need to be more in touch and more in an intimate relationship with the people that's really supporting us. So for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you all I have, but why would I just put it on a streaming platform when I can allow the people that really, really enjoy my music to have it first? Yeah, they're gonna pay for it, but at the same time, they have it. It's something that's gonna be to them like, yo, I was listening, when I do decide to stream it, the people that bought it, they're gonna have it for like a month, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something I think is special to build that relationship and that rapport with your fans. So I mean, and then plus, like I said, we're independent artists. So I mean, I felt Problem when he said that. Like, why would I, why should I sit here and have to listen to the critics that just want to criticize when they're not even a part of the journey? You know what I'm saying? Their only part of the journey is a negative vibe. So I mean, to me, that's how I'm going to be releasing all my music, for the future. Mm-hmm. And then when I get ready and I feel like, yeah, it's cool, you know what I'm saying, I'll allow people to listen to it. But the people like yourself and other individuals who have purchased the music or supported the music, I mean, y'all should have it first, man. You know what I'm saying? It's there. Anybody can have it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna cost you some tools and fuels, but hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You can have it. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you, hey, man, y'all can't have it. You got to come spend with the kid, though, man. You know what I'm saying? This game is to be sold, not told, man. I'm just not finna give you all of my game, man, and you know what I'm saying? You're gonna give me some negative vibes behind that. We ain't moving like that, baby. You know what I'm saying? So
let them know, they'll pay to go see the movie. You know what I mean? They'll buy the $10 popcorn and the large soda at the movie theater, right, but man, they don't want to spend a couple dollars for the soundtrack that's getting them to the movie theater or bringing them home or whatever it is like that. The perspectives of the fans need to be checked a little bit, and I'm glad that you're kind of bringing that.
Yeah, they're gonna pay for a lot of things, man. They ain't just gonna pay to go see the movie, man. They go pay to be with these sack chasers, man. They gonna pay to go drink some liquor, man. They gonna pay to go, you know, do them drugs behind closed doors, man. But
No
then when it
problem.
comes to
No
but
problem. Real easy.
when it comes to some real live art, man, and you know what I'm saying, somebody is putting their heart and soul to it, man. Hey, man, they want you just to give it to them, man. Well, you know, I can't give them nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't save nobody but myself, baby. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna make sure we're doing it like this. You know, I'm an independent artist, so when we're making this, when we're doing this music, we're coming out our own pocket to do this. You know what I'm saying? This
Absolutely.
we don't have a dragon not behind us or a big epic record label or anything like that. Like we're working hard for our bread and we investing it in ourselves. So, you know, we're just trying to get a little ROI, man, return on the investment, baby. That's it. We ain't trying to hurt nobody's pocket. We ain't trying to break nobody, man. Just trying to get a little ROI, man. That's it.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair, man. Y'all go support right now. We got the link below in the video. And, you know, if you're not connected with O Finess, I don't know what you're doing. Connect, support, let's go.
Let's go, baby.
So you talked about putting your heart and soul into this project, something you mentioned a few days ago that I'm pretty sure I heard you mention. You said it was written during a dark time. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? And I guess that's kind of maybe how the concept of Prodigal Son came about.
Yeah, man. You know, just with life, man, the everyday struggles of life and still trying to stay in that creative place. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times that people actually forget that, you know, we all out here just living and we're all out here striving to get through these hard times, man. You know, we got COVID, we got a lot of things going on. Life is changing in front of us. A lot of people being forced to do things that they don't want to be forced. The place that we live and, you know, people thinking that freedom comes from people telling you, hey, you can go here and you can go there. But when they tell you, hey, you got to start going in the house at 11 o'clock now because there's a curfew, you know, your freedom comes through yourself and being free with your mind and free in your dome and how you living free within your own self. So, I mean, when I talk about the prodigal son, I'm talking about going back to myself, going back to my origins, going back to who I truly am. And through those dark times, navigate myself is becoming my own light, not relying on the light to get me through these times, but becoming the light so I can make it back to the foundation, so I can renew my history and get myself back right. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, everybody going through something right now, man. You know, we living in some real tough times. And that's why when I wrote the album, man, I wanted it to be relatable to people, to everyday people. I wanted people to hear it and be like, man, I can relate to that. I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Even though we still talking fly shit in there, we still having a good time, but we still want to talk about the trials and tribulations that people are going through and make sure they know, like, yo, I'm here with you, man. I'm in the same boat. I'm here with you. I'm just creating art. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Relatable. That's what I have written down. Relatable, right. Because, you know, that idea is transferable to anybody. It really is, you know, getting back to where you belong or who you're supposed to be. So, salute, man. A lot of tracks on here. You got like 14 tracks and man, I got notes on all of them. I enjoy the flow of the album a lot. You know, you started off with the Prodigal Son. That's like the happy, upbeat views from the top. You just bring them, you kind of bring it, give us that dark side for a little bit. Then we got the Ernie Shavers joint. Like I said, I didn't even know who this was until you broke it down. You got the Mike Tyson quote in there. Lots of great quotes.
That's Muhammad Ali. That's Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
So the thing why I wanted to do that song, the way I did that song like that, because Muhammad Ali is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. But when you have the GOAT speaks highly of a man like that, then you know Ernie Shavers was a bad man. So that's why when I did that song, I found that and I was like, yo, I actually wrote the song Ernie Shavers around what Muhammad Ali was saying, if that makes sense. Because I already had the idea, like I wanted to do the Ernie Shavers song. But then when I heard that quote, I was like, yo, I'm using this and I'm going to write this song around what Ali was talking about. So, you know, we kind of went backwards, you know what I mean, a little bit with it.
Reverse engineering it. I like it. I like it. And guess what I had to do? I had to go watch some Ernie Shavers highlights. And
you definitely do.
Man.
Yeah, he's a bad man, bro.
That's a bad man. So are you big into boxing? I mean, there's a few boxing references on here. You know, Eddie James was talking about it. You got Ernie Shavers. Are you big into boxing?
Oh yeah, man. I would say boxing is probably my second favorite sport after football. But yeah, man, like, and I grew up around, you know what I'm saying? Like my pops and them, they was watching, you know, Sugar Ray and Hagler and Hearns and all those guys back in the day. And then, you know, we was coming up watching Tyson and the Lennox Lewises and the Holyfields and things of that nature. And then you got some bad cats today, man. Javante Davis, T-Bud Crawford. Like, yeah, I love boxing, man. I'm not a big MMA guy. Like, I don't knock it because those guys are amazing at what they do. But I'm just more of a classic boxing guy. Yeah, I love boxing. Definitely.
I feel that. I'm actually an MMA guy myself, but I'd love to get your opinion and perspective on this kind of new direction that boxing is going in, with sort of the YouTube stars and people who aren't actually fighters headlining pay-per-views and selling a bunch and making a lot of money. So what is your perspective on that, sounding like you're more of a boxing purist?
Man, would say, man, look, man, when the man himself, man, when he start making a blueprint, man, you know what I'm saying, all the sheep will follow, man. And Floyd Mayweather, man, he's the man that put that together, man. He started off, and you know, these other cats are just following suit, man, because anything Floyd do, man, he's like, he got the Midas touch, man. Anything he touched, it turned to gold. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm not really into that, man. You know what I'm saying? I really like to keep the classic sport. I respect the sport. I'm not going to say those guys aren't talented or athletes or what they do, but I will say it's like, man, come on, man. You know, let's get back to the lights, camera, and action, man. You know, we ain't really trying to see the circus, man. We trying to get back to that real deal, man. Because on any given day, man, those dudes, I mean, you see how big dude, the Paul dude was to Floyd, how big he was to him. Like, I mean, like,
it's silly, a little.
I mean,
silly.
let the professionals do what they do, man. And at the end of the day, man, it's like it all turns back to money, man. And it's like, you know, eventually, man, everybody wants to go see the circus, man. But the circus might be full of a bunch of clowns, man. So let's just get back to the professionals and let the professionals do what they do, man. That's what I like. I like
it ain't worth it. I love the way you said that. Let the professionals do it. They do it the best, and that's where that high level is. So if we're gonna watch it, let's really watch it. Like, if I'm gonna listen to some music, I'm gonna listen to some good music. So let's get back to this Prodigal Son talk, man.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of professionals doing professional things, Duh, man, featuring Eddie James, man, that was one of the first ones that you sent over to me.
Yeah, I want you to hear that. Yeah, that's one of my joints.
Had the little exclusive. The beat is just hard. I mean, I don't even know how else to describe it. It is just hard hitting. Eddie James comes in, kills it with his unique style. Had the Floyd Zab Judah reference in there. I had it took me a few listens to understand what was going on there. There's a lot of complexities going on in the bars there.
Need to call the troops. Shots ring off after the didgeridoo. Mr. Eddie T, how I pity you fools. Cowards have not a clue. Scrape the barcode, dump with a mystery tool. Niggas off Nino Brown, think I'm Nino Brown. If there was ever a Carter in the town, I'll probably run it down. My bitch in the Dolce and Gabbana gang. Gutter man, rose gold crown. I'm chillin', but my code D next to me locked and loaded now. Drama set, I told him chill, we gon' hold it down. Don't worry about Eddie that. Mayweather, I'm pound for pound. Costa Zua clan, y'all Zab Judas, and the breath of life gon' control the count. Pointing at me, James.
But talk about that song and how you guys kind of collabed on that one.
All right, so Eddie James, that's Windsor James, that's my little cousin. Professional skateboarder, you know what I'm saying? Great producer, part of N.E.W.S Entertainment. But we got the beat, man, and we was in the studio. No, I got the beat. So I got the beat and we was in the studio, and I had sent him the beat, and I was in Denver. He lives down in Colorado Springs, and I was like, yo, I'm coming down later tonight. So once I got down there, he had already had the verse on there. So I was like, all right, cool. So he had the verse on there. So then we started, you know, it's Duh Man. I told him, so we found the little skits from the New Jack City, which is just like crazy in it. and then I put my verse on it, man. Cause the beat is just crazy, bro. The beat is just like one of those beats. It's just like
head bopper. You know, you gotta stretch your neck out first.
Yeah. So, and I mean, that's kind of how it happened, man. It was just organic. We put it together. We got in there. We was on, we was going through different type of skits that we wanted to match up with it. And then, yeah, man, we was able to put it together, man, and it came out, man. And yeah, that's one of my bangers on the album, and I love it. I'm very proud of this album, for real.
Yeah, man, it really is a full body of work. The concept all the way through, it all kind of relates. Following Dada, man, was Collection Plate, and that's another one with a unique format that almost sounds like you wrote around the skit. Is that
did.
sort of right? Yeah. Also, that was from Don't Be a Menace in South Central, right?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, man. So the preacher, and I don't know if people know this, but the preacher in Don't Be a Menace, he was like a pimp, you know what I mean? Like he had his beeper, and he telling dude like, "Hey man, nigga, get the collection plate around there." You know what I'm saying? You know, if these women, sometimes you get a little hot, sometimes you get a little hot and bothered, call me. You know what I'm saying? So we just kind of keeping the humor in it. We keeping the fly shit in it. But, we talking about, yeah, man, stock it to our pockets, man. You know what I'm saying? Lay it on us, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a collection plate. We're going to pass it around. And but we still want to have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, we did our thing, so it's that's a good song too, man. And we put the skits in there, and they came out at the end of it. She said, "I got $100 right here." You know what I mean? So it came, we just having fun, man. You know what I mean? We having fun. We enjoying what we do. And we having fun with it.
Definitely, man. You definitely get the listener cracking smiles and having a joke with you.
Yeah, man. For sure. You got to. Definitely.
For sure. After that, it's followed by A Pimp's Parable. And I remember before you played this on the live, you was excited about this one. And I could tell why, man. It's quick moving. It's a little bit different. It's just bars. It's just straight hitting them. Got a really dope flow. I almost compare it to like how Method Man does some of his songs, because he just has a steady, consistent flow that almost doesn't fall off through the whole song, the whole verse, however he does it. So that's what your flow on here kind of reminded me of. The sound of it, it sounded like Rick Ross could have been featured on. It's like some yacht, like I'm on a yacht, and this is what the soundtrack is. So that's where you also had the SOS band reference. So talk about this track a little bit.
So Pimp's Parable is just shout out to my man C-Note at the beginning of that, man. You know what I'm saying? She ain't been doing this long. I don't want to, real fly shit going on. But Pimp's Parable is just, just talking about, from a pimp's perspective, you know what I'm saying, what he's going through, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the coupe playing the best of O.S band, Tears and Candles of Visuals where we lost our man. I'm just talking about shit I've been through in my life. You know what I'm saying? Lost some of my homies. Rest in peace. My man Turtle, Buddha. There's just too many to name right now. I just can't do it right now. But I remember those times. And then you just talking. I keep a few bitches part of my evening plans. You know what I mean? Like just it's just a pimp's parable, man. Like a parable from a pimp's mind. If you talk to a pimp, like what would his parable be? And I think that beat was just like I could vision myself just in a 73 Eldorado, man, and just driving down Colfax or something, man, and that beat going, and you just explaining what you see through a pimp's mind if he was telling a parable, if he was telling a story.
I'd say you captured that. I like it. I could talk about each one of these songs. Is there anything from like maybe any of the tracks that I didn't mention that you maybe wanted to explain, or something that the listeners should like tap into or make sure they catch, or
definitely Wide Path was one of my joints. You pimps look like y'all going out of business like Sis. I don't bring them money, I just bring them tears. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Wide Path is another one that you just, you talking your shit, man. You letting them know, man. Like, you got the straight narrow path, and then you got the wide path. You know what I'm saying? And we live in this life. Sometimes we walk in the wide path, man. because the straight and narrow path is for the righteous, you know what I'm saying? But when you out here in this world, and that goes back to the prodigal son, this world could take you. So this world could take you from the straight and narrow path of righteousness and put you on the wide path of destruction. So we just talking that shit about the wide path, man. But wide path is crazy. I would have to, you know what I'm saying? The songs, there's so many songs on there. Ice Lord, me and Ice Lord killed it. Adventures of Sancho. That's a real crazy song, man. Because it's
banger
just
to close it. Banger.
Yeah, Adventures of Sancho, man. You know who Sancho is, man. He's the guy that, when you at work, man, he's over there leaving empty Coke cans at your lady's house. You know what I'm saying? So, Adventures of Sancho. Me and Tony T, the song La Jazz. There was a club that I grew up in Colorado Springs called La Jazz Affair. This was a club that everybody went to. Colorado Springs is not a really big place, but that was a notorious club. Everybody went there, and they knocked it down because it was a club that was there. A lot of things happened at that club. So I did that song La Jazz. But I would say my man Izzy Hot, yeah, man, Izzy Hot came through for me on Cold Game.
Yep. Shout out Izzy Hot.
Yeah, shout out to my man Izzy. Shout out to Ice Lord and Tony T as well. And then me and Blanco had the Agony joint on there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean the album, like I said, it was it's all my people. And it's a real intimate album. Like there's no, paid features on there. Them is all my people. All of them are very talented. Klepto went crazy on the beats. And shout out to Fredo 180 on the mix and mastering. Shout out to my man Philip on the artwork. And yeah, man, we just put it together, baby. We put it together.
Sounds real crispy, man. Shout out to the engineers for sure. Who was on the beginning of Cold Game? I think there's a quote at the beginning. I was trying to figure out.
That's Pee Wee Kirkland. Pee Wee Kirkland. Check him out if you get a chance. Look him up. Big time dude out of Harlem, man. Check him out, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. You gotta do your homework, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's another thing I love about my music, man. My music, it puts the listener has to go do a little homework, man. You gotta go research something, man. You just don't want to take me on face value. Go check these people out I'm talking about. Check out these references, you know what I'm saying? Learn a little something, baby. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's what I love. That's what hip hop is all about, each one teach one, and you definitely put in a lot in this album. Something that I kind of thought about is throughout the album, there's a lot of gems, a lot of jewels, if you will. One of the singles you released since we last spoke was Jewels for the Babies. And this is, I don't want to say it's an extension of that, but there's a lot of like just little jewels all sprinkled throughout the album. And telling this story. Is that something you're conscious of, or it just kind of flows out as you're writing?
Yeah, I'm definitely conscious of our babies, of our children. I think they're the best part. They're the understanding. They're the reflection of our knowledge and wisdom, and they're our future. So I think we should definitely, we could, at the end of the day, we got to be teaching them something, because like you said, each one teach one, but that's how we reach one. And they're the future. They're going to be the extension of us when we leave in the physical form. So I just, I know that it might not get in the hands of the youth, my music particular, but if it does, they can learn something from it. They can go back and listen to these references. They can go back and say, well, who am I? And then I could tell them who they are. You know what I mean? Because when you're dealing with them now, it's only cool being something in a negative fashion, but that's not who they are. You know what I mean? They're the makers and the owners. They're the gods and the earths. They're the futures. So we got to build with them and we got to teach them. And I didn't want this album to be, it wasn't on it like, I'm making a conscious album, because I'm, it's still the fly guy, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I did want people to use their mind with this. I wanted people to think outside the box. I wanted to grab people's attention with it. And I think we did that. You know what I'm saying? I think everything we set out to do with the album, I think when we was all talking with me and my team and everybody was coming together, and even just sending it over to Fredo, I mean, I think everybody was kind of happy with the end result. People was like, yeah, this is what it's about. Oh, like, you know what I mean? And it's different. Like, you listen to my Yikes album, You listen to this album, two totally different albums. Yikes has jewels in it, but it's two totally different albums. You know what I'm saying? You listen to Undisputed, you listen to No Squares in My Circle. This Prodigal Son album I think it's a statement for O Finess with this shit. You know what I mean? Like with this shit, this is a statement.
Absolutely, man. Statement is heard and more people need to hear it. So you guys make sure you connect with O Finess. We got the link down below to go purchase the album. Go listen to that. Go share it because it's just great work that needs to be heard by more people. So let's leave the Prodigal Son there. People should go listen to it and then maybe come back and then they'll understand a little bit more about what we're talking about. But another project that you released since we last spoke was Undisputed.
Yes, sir.
And this had a very sort of unique release and drop to it also. This was even different than this one. You had to go somewhere to get it, but there was only 50 copies. It was exclusive. I can't think of the word, but it was a very limited release.
Yeah.
So that's with you and Tony T. Talk about how that project kind of came about. But before that, how did you meet Tony T and first originally link up?
So I met Tony T through my cousin through Basement, who's basically the CEO of N.E.W.S Entertainment. I met Tony T through him, and we started. Me and Tony T, we stayed in the suburban part of Denver. So I started going over there and recording music with him. I was on his album. Him and Clever Schemes did an album called Sheesh. I was on there on a song called Stomach Aches. And me and Tony T, we just developed a good relationship. We've been working ever since. He's on my album Beluga Roll, which is one of my first albums produced by Wednesday James. He's on a song called Alexis. He's on my Yikes album on a song called N.E.W.S A&E. He's on this album. You know, that's my man. And then me and him, we was just in the studio one day and we was just vibing. We was just talking like, yo, man, he was playing some beats for me. And I was like, bro, we should just do a song, man. I mean, do an album. And we should do the album with no drums. Like, if you listen to the album, there's no drums on those songs. Because we be tired of motherfuckers talking about, oh, he's rapping like him and they're doing no drums. Like, bro, this is art. This is culture, man. You can't put this shit in no box, man. Do it the way you want to do it. Do it to the best of your ability. So we did the album. We talked about doing the album. And then we just started vibing out, man. I would start going to Tone's house, like, because that's why I go to Natural Born Studio anyway to record my music. So I was over there like 2-3 times a week. And we was just knocking them out, man. And what we decided to do, because we was like, bro, you know, like, once again, like what I'm saying, like the people that vibe with us and the people that want the music, let's give it to them. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't care, you know what I'm saying? So we said, yo, we'll just do 50 copies. And the people that come and we actually sold out, which was crazy. Like, we sold out the 50 copies. The people that have it. And then, yeah, man, that's just how it came out. And that was a great project, man. I mean, Undisputed was funny. And the concept was just Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, you know what I mean? Black dude, white dude, both partners. But, you know, tend to bump heads at time, but it's in all love. So, you know, that's how we did it. And shout out to his lady, Anna, for doing the cover. She's a dope artist, and she hand painted that. You know, she hand painted that artwork. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, you guys definitely need to check out that cover. It's pretty dope. I got the album. I'm one of the lucky few. So come on over to the studio. Anybody wants to vibe out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to hear that exclusive O Finess. But like you mentioned, it's a really dope, unique sounding project. No drums, very string heavy. You know, out in Colorado, I guess I sort of got a little Western feel in some of them. Like, it's a dope, unique project. Very like funky instrumentals. I wrote here GTA type music, but you guys actually have a video that's from like GTA. Yeah, right, Palisades.
I don't smoke pre-rolls. Can't believe they split money with these hoes. How could a P ever sell his soul? I'm God-fearing on the stove. Addicted to jewelry and clothes. Felt the scrutiny from patrol. Hope my lawyer found the loopholes. Those late nights took its toll. My young goonie riding like he's on the Peloton. I'm getting a pedicure lounging on the Papa sign. You might get popped for your charm. I got a fox on my arm. I'm at the Renaissance in Milan eating eggplant and prawns.
Shout out Tony T on putting that together, right?
Yeah, and Tony T, yeah, he's very talented, man. He put the video together. He showed me the video, and I was like, yo, this shit is bananas, man. Like, this is crazy.
It's a lot of
and,
fun.
Yeah, we had fun with it, man. It was all in fun. And I mean, we just been busy. It was a busy summer, man. So we want to all keep working. You know, I think sometimes you get a little complacent and you don't keep staying in that creative zone. You can kind of just let things dwindle. And then when you come back, shit ain't as right as it was. You know, Moose did the More Plays joint with Fredo. We did the Undisputed joint. So everybody in the camp just trying to stay busy, man. Just trying to continue to work and put music out and stay busy.
It's good, man. You guys are keeping me entertained this summer for sure. Got a lot of good stuff on in the headphones recently and in the car. This project, I enjoy your like song titles a lot and kind of how they maybe it's a lyric, maybe it's not even a lyric, but somehow, you know, it's in there. So I enjoyed all the song titles in here, you know, Machu Picchu, Ricky's Revenge. You know, you got some skits throughout this project also. I could definitely, not that I could tell it's an O Finess project, but seems to be some staples in an O Finess project, some skits. You know, obviously amazing lyricism, beats, but I don't know. I enjoyed that project a lot. It's very unique.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we was doing, man. Like sometimes we just be sitting down and we like, okay, what we talking about? Okay, we talking about this and this. So, all right, that's Machu Picchu, because that's, you know what I mean? That's that Peruvian or whatever, you know, so that's Ricky's Revenge, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because you felt Ice Cube in the movie when they killed his brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, that's Ricky's Revenge, man. Like, we gonna revenge Ricky's death. You know, the Palisades, they have a place out here in Colorado, Palisade, Colorado. That's where they grow some of the best peaches at. So, you know, the peach wines there, they got the wineries there and things of that nature. You know, everything we do in Colorado is fly. You know what I'm saying? Shit out here is fly living. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I've been to different places, and not to knock nobody's place, but I'm a native. I've been here my entire life, and the shit we do out here is fly. You know what I'm saying? From Aspen to the sand dunes, it's fly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we're gonna represent the Box State, baby.
Holla. Yo, Box State, break that down. Is it the shape?
It's the shape, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Simple as
Four
that.
corners, baby. Four corners is a perfect box. We don't call it the square state because ain't no squares allowed in the circle. You know what I mean? So it's the Box State, baby.
Exactly. I like that. So you re-released Beluga Row, I would say, on Bandcamp because you had it out on Spotify.
So Cuzzo did that, man. Shout out to my man Ishmael Butler from Diggable Planets. You know what I'm saying? Live Shabazz from Shabazz Palaces. That's like my mentor and my big brother. He be giving me a lot of game with this shit, man. He got some new shit dropping, but I'm gonna let him talk to y'all about that. But yeah, man. So when we did the Heavyweights video, Cuzzo wanted to you know what I'm saying? He wanted to take that off the streaming platform and let people, if they want to tap in, man, tap in. You know what I'm saying? It's $10, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to tap in. But I mean, it was on streaming platforms forever. You know, we had it streaming and it was available to the people. But like I said, man, people, it's hit or miss with this shit, man. But
no, I was gonna say I love the idea. I like that you did that actually, and that you know you came with the video for it also. Amazing video, by the way. Garden of the Gods. I can't wait to go back there. You know, later this year.
We paid rent off a crack valve. Yeah, fiends with rotten tooth smiles. They need that. Young niggas that walk you down. And pop a few rounds. My flow so ferocious. Nigga, I'm just so devoted. I'm running. Surrounded by cobras and vultures. Watch them. Robbers and smokers. Watch. Reagan era left us hopeless. I'm from a city block, gangbangers, crooked cops. Everywhere. Keep pisses by the flock. Pushing weight like the Rock.
Talk about can you talk about your relationship a little bit more with Laz Shabazz? And you know, you mentioned him being a mentor. That's surprising to hear.
That's my big brother, man. Like so growing up, man, I was a huge Diggable Planets fan. That was like That was my favorite group next to UGK. Like it was like UGK, Digable Planets, Wu-Tang Clan. But I got an opportunity to meet him. They did a show out here in Colorado. And he's just a great brother, man. Like, he's a good dude, man. I got a chance to meet him, and we was chopping it up. I let him know this was early in my music career when I started getting serious about it. Told him I did music. And then I had hit him up one day, man. I was like, we was working on Beluga Roll. My cousin was like, man, you should hit him up and just see what he say. And man, that man is an honorable man. I hit him up. He was like, yeah, sure, send the beat. We sent him the beat. He hopped on it. He murdered it. He didn't charge me a dime, man. He didn't charge me a penny. The man came out to Colorado. We shot the video. We had a ball. We had a great time. We ate good.
Like a lot of fun.
Good. And yeah, we did heavyweights, man. And we got great feedback on heavyweights, man. Like, just a lot of love on heavyweights, for real, man. Just a lot of great feedback.
Yeah, that's an awesome video. I watched it yesterday prepping for today, and just that loop of the beat is just stuck in my head. Those pianos, man.
Yeah, shout out to Windsor, man. He put that together. That was on Beluga Roll, my first project.
Windsor. So last time we spoke, you said that you have an album, another one that's coming out fully produced by him. Probably a couple months away.
Yeah, we still working on, like I said, like, it's kind of we're still, me and him definitely gonna do a full album together, but we kind of push it to the back just because, like I said, we got I just dropped this Prodigal Son. We're working on No Squares in My Circle Part 2. And then we're doing a collab. I don't know if I should even say this, but you my man, TMac, so I'm gonna just we're gonna be doing a News Entertainment Pharoah Don music group collab album, and that's gonna have everybody on it, man, from Moose to Izzy, Eddie James, myself, Blanco. We're gonna have hopefully we'll have the brother Risk Take on there. Risk Take is one of my guys. I really enjoy his music. We'll have Prophet on there. So yeah, man, we're gonna and then we'll have all our in-house producers, the Calicos, the Rewinds, the Windsor James. We'll have everybody, Tony Tia be on there, Ice Lord, like everybody everybody in our clique that we move with, to be a part of that project. So we just been talking about that lately, but that's something that we definitely going to try to be putting together too. And then on top of that, me, Moose, and Ice Lord have a group called Players Club, and we're working on projects from that as well. So,
nice, get that, man. There's a lot to come. I like that a lot. Shout out to everybody in both of those cliques. I love the work everybody's putting in, the producers especially, because that's where it starts at most of the time.
Definitely.
So I love it. I seen Rewind, or when you and Moose were doing No Squares in My Circle too, I seen he produced, and I was like, yo, Bobby Caldwell sample. I hear it. That's one of my favorite parts of hip hop is figuring out where the sample came from, where the lyrical reference came from, and you guys are bringing that together all the time. So hey,
salute, man.
Keep testing.
Thank you. Salute.
All right, so we talked about a couple of these projects that you released recently: Undisputed, Prodigal Son. I would say go get both of them, but you can only go get one of them. So go get that Prodigal Son, and come over to my house if you want to hear Undisputed. But let's get into some other subjects. Something that you talk about a lot is like living a healthy lifestyle. Alkaline water with the fruit fast. I see you posting pictures of the juices and stuff like that. I've been trying to get into juicing more recently at home. Where did this come from for you? Is there something that sort of initially kicked it off? Have you just been sort of living this lifestyle for a while? You had the organic loofahs for a while. How long you been on it?
Yeah, man. I just I was always conscious about how I ate and what I ate. But I mean, just staying, just staying hydrated, staying with the smoothies, staying with the sea moss, the black seed oil, trying to make sure my people around me, my family, my loved ones, that they're more conscious about what they put in their body too. Because I mean, you can have $1 million, man. You can have $1 billion, but if you don't have your health, man, you can't enjoy life. You know what I mean? It don't matter how much. And I think the true wealth is in your health. You know what I mean? Taking care of yourself. So I've been on that kick for a while now. You know what I'm saying? Just, make sure I like to drink smoothies. I like to do the fruit fast. I like to, and I still indulge in meats and things of that, but I try to make sure my meats is clean. I'm not going to buy Tyson chicken and none of that. Shout out to Natural Grocers here in Colorado. We got a spot out here called Natural Grocers. You can go get the organic chickens. You can get the grass-fed, grass-finished red meat if that's what you do. I don't do no swine. Try to get the fruits and vegetables in me. And then just get back on, just taking your vitamins, and just being conscious about what you put inside your body, man. I still like to sip. I still like to enjoy my things. I smoke my Capones. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here in front, but I make sure I get my water in me, and I make sure I try to, the people around me that I love and my loved ones, I try to make sure that, we consuming shit that's right and exact for us as well. You know what I mean? Because, at the end of the day, without your health, what can you do? Without your health, what can you do? You can't make money. You can't get out. You can't pursue your passions. So, I think we got it mixed up and shit here in America. People running themselves into the ground chasing some money when they should be running the ground chasing their health. You know what I'm saying? Chase your health and then everything else gonna fall in place. So we definitely want to stay healthy on the punk rock bitch out here, man. We want to keep it healthy, man.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. And setting a good example. That's what it's about too. You know what I mean? You're keeping yourself healthy so then you could keep going, keep putting out that great music. But then, like you said, setting that great example too. I like that.
Yes, sir.
Something I saw recently, we talk about the box state. I seen the Lord Mob. They're going across the country right now, and it looks like they stopped over in Denver, Colorado. You guys got to link up.
Shout out to the Lord Mob.
Hey, G4 is really the first person I interviewed. I was doing the radio thing for a while, but not really doing much interviews. So I found out they were on Cape Cod. I didn't know anything about him, Lord Mob, or anything. I did a little bit of research, was able to get up with them, and have pretty much just been super inspired since then. That's how I found Moose. That's how I found you. So, big shout out to G4 and the Lord Mob.
Yeah, big shout out to G4 Jag, man. That's a great brother, man. Good spirit brother, humble brother. You know what I'm saying? Him, Flea Lord, the whole entire Lord Mob, man. Funk P, them dudes is just good dudes, man. They genuine. A Killer Lee. A lot of them dudes I met, you know what I'm saying? And they came through the box, man, and they was they was looking for that zombie lettuce, man. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know what I'm saying? We had to lay it on them, man, and get them right and exact out here, man. But they came on through the box, man, and it was a good time, man. We enjoyed hanging out with them, and we chopped it up, and maybe in the future you might see, you know what I'm saying, some G4 Jag and O Finess.
Hey, fly us in the fleet, Mr. Meet Me in the Sky. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, you know what it is. You know what it is. So, yeah, that might happen.
I like it, man. Looking forward to it. All good people, just spreading good energy and positive vibes. And that's what really brings the people together, like on that subconscious level, I think. So it was really cool to see that. Jumping over to a different subject. This is something that's just kind of been in the hip hop conversation recently, is this versus battle between the Locks and Dipset. Is versus something that you watch, that you participate in at all? What were your thoughts on that one? Let's talk about it.
Definitely, yeah. Me and my baby watched it. You know what I'm saying? We checked it out, man. We gave it a shout. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, what's the proper preparation prevents poor performance, man? You know what I'm saying? Them Locks boys they was ready for that, man. It's proper preparation prevents poor performance, man. And them Locks boys they was prepared for that, man. And then when you got an all-star like Mr. Kiss, man, what can you say, man? When you got a man, and this is to inspire all artists, man. When you got a man that prepares like that, and is serious about his craft like that, and puts his energy and time into that, puts his heart and soul into that, man. Come on, man. You can't knock hard work, man. I wouldn't give a fuck how much talent you got. You can't knock hard work, man. That's the story of the tortoise and the hare, man. The tortoise gonna get him every time, because the hare, he was just running. Then he'd lay down and take a nap. and the tortoise will just keep moving at a steady pace, man. You know, it's all about consistency, man. Rest in peace to N.E.W.S, though. N.E.W.S was telling us that, man. It's about the marathon, man. It's not about no sprint, man. So, you know, hey, man, you can't take nothing away from them boys, man. The Locks, you know, shout out to Dipset too, but, man, the Locks showed up and showed out, man. Real talk.
Absolutely, man. That was a lot of fun to watch that and to just see, you know, some different sides of hip hop. Like we said, that grittier, grimier, prepared side versus just the flashy, hey, I'm here to show you kind of what I'm rocking, and you know, this is how I got it, blah blah blah, this and that. But it was very interesting to see it on display, especially nowadays. I think it's a pretty cool platform that, you know, we're able to celebrate these artists in a new way, sort of in a competition format, and but it's also fun and jovial also, and you know, it's good to see for sure. And a lot of it coming back from the older era too, you know what I mean? So people whose music we haven't really necessarily been listening to for a while, or maybe it's hard to forget how good of an MC Jadakiss is, but I think a lot of people forgot.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know how they forgot, because shit, man, he always tell you top 5 dead or alive, but man, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know, shit be falling on deaf ears sometimes, man. You know, so sometimes you got to shake a tree, man, to catch a monkey. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
All right, man. O Finess, I enjoyed this conversation very much. I'm very glad we got to talk about the new album Prodigal Son, out now on Bandcamp. Make sure you guys go
now, baby.
Go
get
support that.
Baby. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn something, baby. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn something.
Absolutely. There's a lot in there. It's good for your car ride, good while you're cleaning your house, good while you hanging out with your girl. You know, it's good in many, many different situations. So big salute to you, O Finess, Klepto, for the production on that. Everybody else that was involved putting it together.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Bro.
I'm just gonna tell people to go support that. Anything else you want to tell the people, let them know before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to tell them, man, you know, we're gonna keep working, baby. We're gonna keep pushing this line, man. It's a lot of hard work that goes into this thing that we do. And we want to make sure we do it right. And you know what I mean, support the you know, the independent artists, man. They're working hard for y'all, man. They're really working hard to bring y'all this art. I mean, and this is not no, I recorded an album in a week. And I'm not knocking people to do that. Like, if you record an album in 2 weeks or whatever, but we're more of quality people. We're not really quantity people. We want to deal more based on the quality of the music, and we want to make sure that we touching lives and touching hearts, man. You know what I'm saying? And freeing minds. So I want to say peace to everybody. May you find love, peace, and happiness in your life. And you know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, make sure your next move is your best move. You know what I'm talking about? That's how we're gonna do it. I appreciate you for having me. My man TMac, and it's O Finess, baby. The flyest in the fleet, man. The greatest thing that ever came out the box, baby.
Amen. O Finess, thank you very much. And you know, we're gonna listen to that Prodigal Son and look forward to all the new music on the way.
Klepto. I'm really taking risks. Taking risks, bitch. Y'all know what it is with me. I leave these hoes baffled, the 22 in the sad show. Still blow the horn on these niggas like Sashmo. And Belize with a light breeze, cognac in my Snapple. Donnie Hathaway and Roberta played at the Chateau.